Based on the principles of inclusion and equality, accessible communication is a concept that aims to ensure that all individuals, regardless of their abilities or limitations in perception, understanding, and use of information, have equal access to information and the opportunity to participate in its exchange. This means that all people, regardless of disability, age, level of intelligence, or educational level, can participate equally in communication.
Accessible communication is a prerequisite for the inclusion of people with disabilities in social life and is guaranteed by numerous international and national legal instruments, such as the International Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities or the Law on the Prohibition of Discrimination. However, although it is most commonly discussed in the context of the rights of people with disabilities, accessible communication contributes to improving the position of all individuals who face communication barriers for various reasons, especially vulnerable groups such as older people, ethnic minorities, migrants, returnees, and others. It is also important to note that a large number of people are illiterate or have a minimal level of education.
In order to achieve its goal, the message we send must be adapted to its recipients in order for them to understand it correctly. This applies not only to vulnerable groups, but to all of us. Surely, you or someone close to you have been in a situation at least once where you did not understand a speaker who used complicated sentences and technical terms, such as a doctor who gave you a diagnosis, a bank officer who explained loan conditions, or a technical support representative.
When communicating, keep in mind that there is a possibility that someone may not understand you, and always try to adjust your communication to the listener, their age, education, intellectual abilities, and language skills. To make the message understandable to the widest range of people, including individuals from particularly vulnerable and sensitive groups, it is necessary to apply the standards of clear and simple language.
Just as it is necessary to adapt the content of the message to the recipient, it is also necessary to adapt the communication channels for the message to be received at all. Blind individuals will not receive a message directed through billboards or posters on bulletin boards. Deaf individuals will not hear important announcements on the radio and will not be able to inform themselves by calling a call center. Digitally illiterate people will not read an important invitation on the internet. All of this should be taken into account when delivering public messages. Therefore, in order for the message we send to be accessible, it is necessary to adapt it to the recipient or target group in terms of its content and the communication channel.
If the messages are intended for a specific target group, or the general public, they must be accessible, otherwise, it leads to the exclusion and discrimination of individuals or entire groups. Say no to discrimination.
Say yes to inclusion.
Say it simply.
Clearly.
Accessibly.